Hey Shiababes. On today on Let's Talk About It episode 1, we are going to be talking about pain in sickle cell. Okay? So, let's talk about it. So y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't try to do this video twice on my phone. And I guess my phone want to play games because it is talking about it ain't got no storage on there. When I know it got storage. But we ain't even finna let the devil not get this video up there because what? Shy gonna get this video together. So, I just had to put that in there. But today we're gonna be talking about pain. We're gonna be talking about pain with sickle cell because I feel like I'm gonna dive deep into a lot of the pain that I felt with my sickle cell, a lot of the things that I struggled with my sickle cell and how I felt, because it might help y'all. Like, it might help another little girl or another little boy feel because if you feeling the same way, here goes some tools that I did to help me not feel that way. So, me with my pain with sickle cell, it comes from me hating myself. I used to hate myself. I used to hate myself having this illness. I used to hate myself because I had a stroke when I was 2, and it left a deficit on my hand, and I used to feel like everybody was staring at my hand, and I got bullied, when I was little in middle school and some of high school about my hand. Like, people would try to play on my top about it, and I think like a lot of reason why I got excuse me, a lot of reason why I got the mouth that I got is because I got bullied about my hand. And I used to already didn't like the fact that my hand was like that because of my stroke. And it was a lot of things that I couldn't do with me having my illness. So with me getting, talked about it made me not love myself. It made me hate certain parts about me. So yeah, I used to always hate my hand. I used to hate how my hand was, how it would, just hang there. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna talk about me before the next person talk about me. I can say it, but it was a lot of stuff that I didn't like about it, and then like I wasn't able. I was really good at track, and I wasn't able to run track because of my illness. Like, running track and having a chronic illness, it don't mix. I wanted to be in gymnastics. I couldn't do gymnastics because winded stuff, like stuff that you gotta run and you gotta catch your breath, gymnastics, you gotta catch your breath. That stuff don't work for sickle cell. We get fatigued too much. We run out of breath too easily. We get tired too easily. It don't work. And I was really good at track. I did track through 8th grade through 7th grade through 9th grade. Really good. But around 9th grade, when I got to high school was different with track. That coach was like, yeah, you're really good at the 4x4s. You know how to run, keep your pace. You got the strive. You know how to do it. And that she let me run in meets sometimes. I remember we was at this one meet, and I was running, and I got low-winded, and I was still keeping up, though. But she pulled me aside after that, and she was like, this will be your last race that you race because I can see that you get tired. And she was like, your health come first. So having a chronic illness, it lets you not do certain stuff that you want to do in life. When like right now, like I'm not able to, like we're not able to work. People with sickle cell, we're not able to work that good. Like if you got a manager or a boss that understand that you got this illness and sometimes you're gonna be out and sometimes you're gonna be sick and stuff, great. My that's amazing. But if you don't got a boss that's willing and understanding that you're gonna be out sometimes, you're gonna get sick, but it's okay, you know, keep me, I'm a good worker when I come back and stuff. They don't care. They care about that establishment. And sometimes you get fired. Now they can't tell you that they firing you because of your illness, but you know that they firing you because of that. They make up some stuff. Oh, she was late this amount of time. Let's go and count, see how many times she was late, or see how many times she didn't do this right. They'll make up some stuff. And I remember I was working at the nursing home making good money. And I was doing really good. I was a med tech making good money. And I didn't get fired or nothing, but I was just going to the hospital too much. And I ended up quitting because, first of all, not only am I lifting these people, that's a lot on my back. That's a lot on me. I am getting tired. I still got to get people up. Even though my boss was very understanding, my manager was very understanding with me having my chronic illness and, people covering my shifts sometimes and stuff like that. When I was in the hospital, she didn't care as long as the work was getting done. But it was a lot on me. I kept going back and forth to the hospital. And sometimes I'll get out the hospital and go right back because my body was just too exhausted. So I ended up quitting. Ended up quitting a 23-hour dollar. Ended up quitting a $19 job. Like, had to quit. And that was the last job that I had before I started making these videos, before I started saying to y'all that I'm going to start, really taking my business. That was the last job I had before I made my business and stuff. So it's like, me hating my illness, it wasn't for no reasons. It was for valid reasons in my head. Like, damn, I'm not able to work. I'm not able to provide for myself or my child. I'm not able to do all these things that I want to do. And God, I would get mad at God, like, straight up. It was sometimes me and God was having a fight because I'll be like, God, you know what I'm trying to do. Like, you know that I want to make it real big. You know that I'm trying to do this to provide for myself. I got this kid that that's looking up to me that I need to get money for, and I can't even do that. So how am I supposed to do anything? This one check a month is not working for me. This chump change. Like, baby, that's how I be talking. That's how I be talking to God, and that's how I be talking to my people. Like, this chump change. This ain't nothing. Okay? This ain't nothing. Touching that money, yeah, my little check a month come in handy, but it ain't nothing. It pay a couple bills, and it ain't nothing. Whatever Shia want to touch, it's nothing. So I would be like, God, like, what is the issue? Like, and I would hate myself. Like, I would literally hate my illness. I would hate the things that my illness had put me through. It put me through missing out on certain stuff with my child, missing out on me being a parent sometime. Like, I'm not able to see. I missed out on my child's second Thanksgiving. I missed out on my child's second Christmas. I missed out on his 4th birthday. I did a lot of stuff like that. Like, my sister, I was in the house sick. For my son's 4th birthday, I was nowhere to be found. My sister, I was in my house sick. My sister took him, and he had a great 4th birthday, but mommy wasn't there. And I beat myself up a lot about me missing out on stuff for my child, me missing out on a lot in my life that I wasn't able to do because of this illness. And I just feel like that's something that we should talk about, because at the end of the day, it plays a role. It plays a role. Sometimes you don't think that you hate your illness, but sometimes you can. Like, and I didn't even know that I was hating it until God pointed it out to me. Like, you hate this about you. You don't love yourself fully because you're hating this. You hate your hand, but I gave you it. He was like, I created you. I created you exactly how I wanted you to be. And I saw this post that somebody had posted on Facebook and they was like, how is God giving you an illness a blessing? And I sat there and I wrote, this is what I wrote underneath the girl post. I said, I used to didn't like having sickle cell, but I turned my pain into my purpose. So that's why I'm buckling down making these videos, even though I'm uncomfortable as hell. Like, I'm be truthful. I'm uncomfortable making these videos because I'm vulnerable. I'm being vulnerable. I'm telling y'all my business. I'm letting y'all in my life. That's me being vulnerable. I'm not good at being vulnerable, but I'm doing it. And I turned my pain into my purpose. I turned my pain into my purpose. I turned my pain into something powerful. I opened up a business. You know, everybody for years been telling me, Shia, do this business, open this up, do this. You can do this with sickle cell. And I never was listening because that's not what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a NICU nurse. I always wanted to work in a NICU and be a NICU nurse. And I even went to nursing school, did all of that. And then I had my child. And then my sickle cell, I never went back because my sickle cell started beating me up. Even though I'm a licensed phlebotomist and I got other trades up on my name, but it's hard for me to use them because I get sick. I can't be like with me working in phlebotomy, it was hard for me working in the hospital with phlebotomy because I'm on my feet a lot. I'm walking around the hospital drawing blood. I'm walking around the hospital drawing blood. I'm walking around clinics drawing blood. You know, that stuff, I get tired easily. So it's not easy for me to do. So then I had to really, like, I would get mad at God. Like, God, what are we doing? Like, how is this? How am I supposed to provide? How am I supposed to take care of myself and my child? How am I supposed to do this stuff if I can't even work? And that's when God was teaching me, I'll provide for you. If you have the faith and do what I'm asking you to do, I will provide. So I'm not making these videos for me. You know, and that's how I take it. Like, even though I'm uncomfortable, I might be a little bit uncomfortable doing it and stuff like that. I don't do these videos for me. I do it because it's my son's legacy. I do it because it's gonna help another little girl or another little boy with an illness. And if you is out there hating yourself with sickle cell or hating yourself with any chronic illness, and even if you are as a mother and you is watching my stuff right now and your child has a chronic illness, whatever type of chronic illness, teach them to not hate themselves. Teach them to love themselves. Because, and I'm not saying my mama didn't teach me that, and that's not what I'm saying at all. It's just, it's got to do within you. And sometimes you have to encourage yourself. So you have to teach your child how to encourage themselves. Tell them that they is loved. Tell them that this is beautiful, that their hand is beautiful, that they are God's child, that they are beautifully, wonderfully made. You have to install that in these kids now. Because having these illnesses and being alone is hard. It's really hard. You know, and just a couple minutes ago, the Holy Spirit was talking to me and stuff like that about loving myself with this illness. And don't get me wrong, like, with me hating myself, with how I used to hate myself with this illness, yeah, it used to weigh a toll on me. It used to. I used to always feel like, dang, like, why you give me this disease just so I can be sick all the time, not enjoying life, not having fun, listening to all these doctors call me names and listening to them tell me that I'm not going to make it to this and I'm not going to make it to that. But then earlier, when I was talking to God and sitting here talking to myself, it came to me. And that's when I had said, like, it came to me because God was showing me, like, yeah, these doctors might have had said this, but did it come true? Because I've been told that I wasn't supposed to have kids. Got a beautiful son. I've been told, like, that I wasn't supposed to reach it to the age of 21. I'm 28. My doctor just told me not too long ago that, my with sickle cell it get worser as we go. And he was like, the rate that my sickle cell is at, he was like, I might not see 20. He was like, I might not see 32. I was like, God got the last say so. Like, you know, God has the last say so. You don't have that power to tell me that. God do. And he was like, you're right. But him being a doctor, he has to tell me, like, you might not see. And it's scary. It is very scary and unknown hearing doctors and people tell you, like, you're not going to reach it to this age. You're not going to be able to reach your full potential in life. That is scary. Because when I look at my life, just a little life that I've been living, I don't want this to just be my story. I don't want my story to end here. I want my story to continue as I continue to grow and stuff like that, as I continue to learn. And it get overwhelming sometimes. Pain is real. And when you got a chronic pain and then you got other pain that you dealing with and you trying to heal from, that can be a lot. And that's sometimes why we go in the hospital and stuff, and that's why sometimes we be stressing and get overwhelmed very easily. I believe every sickle cell warrior get overwhelmed very easily. And I didn't have a bunch of friends tell me, like, baby, I get overwhelmed so quick. And that's because your body is already dealing with the illness. And then you got to deal with the other pain that life come with. That's a lot. So our bodies tend to stress. Even when we don't know we stressing. Our bodies tend to stress. And we tend to break down and go into the hospital. It's not easy. I take medicine that make me forget. I don't be remembering stuff. My sister will tell you, like, I be having to call her and be like, girl, I don't remember what happened when I was such and such age. She'll refresh my memory so fast. And I be like, dang, I don't remember none of that. People will walk up to me and be like, you don't remember me? No, I don't. They be like, well, you was little. No, it's the medication. My memory is foggy than a mug. Like, I'm telling y'all, I don't be remembering. I be having to call my sister, like, girl, these people over here saying such and such. I don't know what the heck they say. She be like, child, yeah, you do remember them. She'd tell me, like, and she'd catch me up to speed. I'd be like, girl, I remember that stuff. And she'd be like, yeah. Or it's just our trauma trying to block it out. It's either your trauma trying to block it out or the medication. But most of the times it's my medication, because I'm really, like, healing myself from a lot of stuff. So I be asking God, like, reveal everything to me that I might have blocked out when I was a child because of trauma. And it'll be coming back to me slowly, like, because I want to remember. I do. It's a lot of stuff that I don't remember. And I just think, like, it just be my medication. Like, I've been on so much medication since I was a kid. And I mean, not high dose. Mama never had me on, like, high dose medication as a kid. But once I got older, my sickle cell got really bad. Like, I had to get on that high dose stuff because this pain ain't no joke. It's no joke. It's for real. Like, and sometimes I do get scared because my son and my nephews have saw me fall to my knees, like, Y'all, I'm only 28 years old. I'm only 28. You know, people will be like, girl, you look this age. Oh, you don't even look 28. Yeah, I don't look like nothing that I've been through, baby. And that's a blessing. Because if I looked like what I've been through, maybe if people, maybe people will think twice about saying that I'm not going through nothing. Or I'm not dealing with stuff. Just because I don't look like what I've been through don't mean that I haven't been through hell and back. Because I have. Especially with my illness. I done been in a comas. I done been in a comas. I done died 3 times with this illness. The first time was not in 2015 when I was in a coma. No. And it was 2 more times after that. I don't look like what I've been through. And I'm grateful for that. But that doesn't mean that my pain not real. People be thinking that I be lying when I say like I'm in pain. No, I'm hurting. My body is like literally as me sitting here talking to y'all right now, my body is hurting. And I'm gonna show take a nap after this. But we gotta stop looking at chronic illnesses or pain that y'all can't see as it's not real. It's real. In mental pain is something even more real. Our mentals. I'm telling y'all, if my mental not right dealing with a chronic illness, I swear I'm crashing out. I tell anybody I'ma crash out. Because once my mental get messed with, and I already got this goddamn illness messing me up, my back is already burning, my legs is already hurting. My son just saw me fall to the floor the other day. Like, nah, once my mental get messed, I'ma crash out. Baby, anybody around me can get it. And I don't mean to sound like cocky when I say that or nothing like that, but it's just like, dang, you don't know what I'm going through on the inside of my body. I already be feeling like my body giving up on me because my legs want to give out whenever it feels like it. Like I remember a couple weeks ago, like I was at home, like I'm 28 years old. I should not be at home with a walker. Sometimes I gotta walk around my house with a walker. Like sometimes I gotta sit down and cook with a walker. Like I'm 28 years old. Who wanna be walking around with a walker? Like even at 21 and stuff, like you shouldn't be. Like sometimes that take control of your mental. Sometimes that mess with you because you like, dang, I'm young as hell. I look good. I shouldn't be walking around with no walker. But you got to because sometimes your body give out. Sometimes my arm go numb for no reason. Both of them just be numb. And I be swearing I'm not fabricating. Like sometimes I be feeling like I'm having another stroke, and I be like, they be like, nah, it's just with sickle cell. Like sometimes your arms just go numb. I learn something new every day with this illness. And then I'll go back and read on it, and I'll be like, oh, like I'll go back and do research on it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that can happen. Like having a chronic illness is no joke. It's no joke. And sometimes I be feeling like people shouldn't be playing around about it. I saw a couple of things on the sickle cell page where people was making jokes about, you know, having the illness. No. We ain't about to joke over here about it. Because my pain is real. And ain't nobody, I feel like when you joke too much about your illness, people take you as a joke. You ain't about to take my as a joke. And I think that's why I get called cocky and get called like arrogant and all that stuff. I don't care. See, One thing about me, I don't care. You can call me whatever you feel. Because it's just certain stuff I don't play with. I don't play about God and I don't play about my health. Two things I don't play with. I don't play with. It's really three. I don't play with my child either. But we ain't talking about that. We talking about my illness. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I don't play about my illness. And once you get to joking too much about it, or I done had certain people joke too much about my hand. And they be like, oh, why you get so defensive? Girl, do you know sometimes I feel like I'm not worthy? Or I'm not this enough, or sometimes I feel like I'm not pretty enough because of my motherfucking. If you won't be quiet, like for real, because then that makes me mad because it's not funny. It's not funny to me. Like I don't talk about nobody, so don't talk about me. Like no, like sometimes people take stuff too far. No, I'm not that girl. You can't do that. No, I've been to hurt your feelings, hurt my mouth, but my mouth is serious. Don't play with me once I get mad. But I talk out of passion, and a lot of people are like, oh, she mad, she got an attitude, she getting defensive. No, I'm not. I'm talking out of passion. You not about to sit here and talk about my like certain stuff. I just think people shouldn't say. I don't think we should be talking about people like I used to get bullied about my hand. So no, that's one thing I don't play about. Don't say nothing to me. I mean, now that I got older, when I was younger, I used to be like that. I used to always be ready to fight somebody about my shit. Don't talk about me. But now that I got older, now it just rub off of me. I don't care. That's something little that y'all can talk about. That's something that people been talking about forever. Is my hand. But I used to hate myself about it. I used to hate myself about it a lot. Like, it's a lot of stuff with sickle cell that I used to hate myself about. I used to hate that I used to always feel like I wasn't going to reach my full potential in life because of this illness. So, a lot of stuff we about to joke about. No, we not about to joke about that. I don't care how you feel. You can go play with your mama. Don't play with me. I'm sorry. Like I'm gonna keep it as real as we can about this because in these videos I said it. I'm gonna be so real with y'all because I'm helping somebody else. You have to love yourself regardless of what you are going through and love every part of you. And God was teaching me that. Like, God was really teaching me, like, you hate your illness. And this is why you're so angry sometimes. It's not because of what they saying. It's not because of what they doing. It's not even because of that person. It's because you hating your own illness. And I had to really go and pray. Like, God, help me love all of me. And he did. He helped me love every bit of me. So now, when I used to get mad at God, I used to be in a battle with him. Like, oh my God, I will never reach my full potential. I can't even work. I can't do this. I can't. Now, every part of my body that hurt and stuff, I touch it, I'll rub my body and I'll be like, God, you said you would heal it. You said that you would heal me. And you gotta, if you believe that he can heal you, you gotta speak it out your mouth. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. And I never used to understand that. Until this big age this year, 28. I never used to understand life and death lies in the power of the tongue until this year, 28 years old me. And when I started speaking life over my body, that's when I started feeling more better. You are healed. you will reach your full potential in life. You will get every greatness out of you. Your son will see you succeed. Everything you touch will be anointed. Baby, I speak life over myself now. And people don't understand that. I didn't understand the power of encouraging yourself, the power of anointing yourself, the power of God. And I'm telling y'all, this year, this big age of mine, this big 28 age of mine, God has been restoring me back into, okay, you've been praying for this. You've been praying for that. Now I'm gonna need you to speak it into action. And I feel myself feeling so much better when I say those things. When I say those things, like when my body gets to hurting and stuff, I say, God, you said I'm healed. You said that you are a healer. I speak his word back to him. Because God loves it when you speak his word back to him. And that's one thing, like, I had to love God. And I always loved God throughout my life. I always have loved him. I always knew him, all of that. But that's why I'm so big on it now. Because God has been showing me, baby, I carried you out of this. It was time doctors told you that you was supposed to die in that coma. You was supposed to die giving birth to your son, and you didn't. They resuscitated you twice. Once when you was 4 months, and once when you was 8. They resuscitated you. You was dying. And I brought you into your son. I brought you and your son back. I gave both of y'all life again. These people were saying that my son was going to have opioid poisoning and stuff because of the stuff that I had to take in my body. Because I still had to take certain medication while pregnant with my son. That's another story too that we're going to talk about. But, and God was showing me, your son came out healthy. Healthy. So he was just showing me, just an hour. I'm telling y'all, an hour ago, I was up in here in a spiritual warfare with beating myself up because I thought I wasn't a good mom. Because what somebody was saying to me. And that's what I'm saying. People don't understand what they be saying to you to make you feel the way that you be feeling. What somebody was just saying to me, making me feel like I wasn't. God was sitting there telling me. He was just sitting here showing me, you're an awesome mama. Yeah, it's going to be some times that you're going to miss out on stuff with Maury. That's okay. But your son never going to see you not be a good mama. He always going to see you be a good mama. He was telling me, like, you have to let go. Oh, God is speaking to me right now, y'all. He's telling me, like, you got to let go of it. You got to let go of the feeling of you not being a good mama, because you are. And that it comes with the illness. I promise you, it comes with the illness. And that's why I said this year I gotta stay grounded on doing these videos, because it's gonna help somebody else. If you feeling like your illness is struggling you, and you feeling like you're not loving yourself because of it, baby, I've been there. I've been not loving myself sometimes because of this illness. Because it brings you so much pain, because it tear you down. Because you gotta see these doctors telling you one thing, and I'm sorry for crying, but people don't know that with sickle we fight. And we fight the silent fight. People don't know that we do it alone. Them doctors sometimes be mean and cruel to us, unhumanizing us. And I think that's worse than racism. I'm sorry, I do. And And sometimes that'll bring you to not loving yourself. Sitting in that hospital bed alone. That's why it's very important to have community around you. Having people come visit you while you in a hospital, keeping you uplifted while you in there, because I know your mind can go to those places where you like, God, why me? Why I gotta go through this pain? Why I gotta face this? And I got this child that I gotta take care of. So yeah, I take off my hat. So I salute all the mothers and fathers with an illness taking care of their kid. Because baby, we doing it. And my hat go off two more times for the people with sickle cell, and kids got sickle cell too. Because baby, I could never. I couldn't do it. And I used to pray that prayer. And I'm glad God was smarter than me. Because I used to pray something so crazy. And I'm glad he was smarter than me. My hat go off to us, because it's a lot being a parent and struggling with this pain. I'm in pain right now. I'm in pain right now. But I never let my son see it. And it's okay to let your kids see you with pain. Sometimes as sickle cell warrior parents, we feel like we can't let our kids see us in pain because we just feel like it's too much for them to see, for their young eyes. No, I don't feel like that. I feel like it's good for your kid to see you in pain. My son then saw me fall to the floor a couple of times. Saw me crawl back to the bed a couple of times. My nephews then had to help me up, get back in the bed a couple of times. Baby, it is okay for them to see you in pain. It's okay for your kids to see you cry. You teaching them their emotions. You teaching them. So don't ever let nobody tell you that it's not okay for you to teach your baby certain stuff, or for you not to show your baby your pain. Your baby not gonna see you perfect all the time. It's okay that your baby see you cry. It's okay that your baby see you heal. It's okay that your baby see you in pain. I love it when my son comes to the hospital and visit me, because they give me the motivation to get better. I love it when my son come give me a hug and ask me, Mommy, is you okay? Is you in pain today? Yeah, my son know. My son always asks me, am I okay? Because he know. He know I've been teaching Mari about sickle cell since he was 1. Because he carried a trait. That's why my son like water so much. Because that's all he drink. Because even with sickle cell trait, you got to be careful, because they bones can hurt too. That's why when Mari be walking around talking about some, Mommy, my legs hurt and stuff, I get to touching on him and praying on him. God, you said my baby never received the pain that I received. You said that he was healed. Yep, I speak life into both of us. And I didn't used to do that. This took a lot of growth in me. It took a lot of growth. I used to walk around angry. Angry as hell at the world, and didn't know why I was angry. I was hating myself. I'm big. I'm going to talk about it. Because at this big girl age that I'm at, 28, maybe I'm going to keep saying it because that's a big girl age. Ain't no playing no more. I learned all the lessons that I need to learn. I ain't playing around with nobody this year or next year. I done been through too much. It's time for my son to see me, see something different. To see other things. I ain't playing around. I've been playing around. I ain't playing around no more. And that's just me. I love how I'm growing. And you know, I love how the Holy Spirit will come and talk to me. Because I be inviting the Holy Spirit wherever I'm at. And yes, I have to love, like, with this illness that I have, and I'm not forcing my religion on nobody. But I feel like when you got a chronic illness, you gotta be in the Bible. You gotta love God. You gotta love somebody. You gotta take you have, and I think that's just as being an adult. Who are you taking your pain to? Who is you talking to? Who is you seeking to? Because you can't just seek to people. You gotta seek to a higher power. And that's why I seek to God. Because he is the king of all kings, the Lord of all lords. The beginning and the end. What I can continue. Like mm-mm. And that's why I moved the way I move now, because I knew who I was. And I'm not that. I love how I don't hate my illness no more. I love that I'm embracing it now. That I'm comfortable to talk about it now. Because little do y'all know, I was very uncomfortable talking about it. Because I used to hate it. But now that I'm growing not to hate my illness, baby, watch out. Y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch out. Shia didn't found her purpose. Shia didn't found what? Y'all better watch out. Yup. Watch out. Because God didn't spark something in me. He didn't spark the light in me, and it ain't about to dim for nobody. And that's just how I feel. Like, I've been living in pain too long. My son didn't seen his mama in pain too long. And I'm not saying that my son not gonna continue to see me in pain. Because he will. I live with a chronic illness. He gonna always see me in pain. But it is okay to teach him pain. Because if you don't teach him pain, who the hell is? The world? The world ain't gonna care. I gotta teach him pain. This is what pain feel. So yeah, my son is on me through a lot. And that's okay. That is okay. He know that I'm good. I covered him. I covered him in the blood. And my son is very, man. Mari quick to say, let's pray. Mari quick to say, amen, mama. Because he know. I gotta show him. I gotta show him about his emotions. I gotta show him pain. So he knows. And it's okay, because I know as sometimes us being sickle cell warriors, we beat ourselves up a lot. Stop beating yourself up. I'm gonna tell you right now, stop beating yourself up. Give yourself grace. I don't give myself grace enough. I don't give myself grace at all. I don't. But I'm learning to give myself grace. Give yourself some grace, baby. We learning. And taking care of these kids with a chronic illness is hard. It's okay for your child to see you walk around with a walker, to see you cry. My son sometimes see me angry in that house. He saw me sometimes angry in that house of pain. Yep. And I used to tell him, I hate my illness. I hate going through this pain. And sometimes you gotta scream that. It's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to hold your head low sometimes. with this illness, because it's a lot. Life already be hard. And then you walking around with a chronic illness as well. No, that shit is a lot. And it's a lot. Baby, and I'm here to tell you, give yourself some grace. Hold your head a little high. It's okay if that head gonna hang low sometimes. Let it. As long as you pick it right back up. And give yourself some grace. I love y'all. God love y'all more. But, thanks for hearing me.